You wake up on a Monday morning, same bed, same routine, same thoughts. The alarm blares. You silence it with a practiced swipe, already dreading the day ahead. You drag yourself to the mirror and see a face you barely recognize, not because it's changed, but because it hasn't. The same tired eyes stare back, the same unspoken regrets, the same quiet voice whispering, "This isn't the life I wanted." You've told yourself 1,000 times that things will be different. You've read the books, saved the motivational posts, even made half-hearted attempts at change. But here you are, again, trapped in the same loop. Why? Why do people cling to misery when freedom is just a decision away? Why do we stay in jobs we hate, relationships that drain us, habits that destroy us even when we know better? The uncomfortable truth is this: most people never change, not because they can't, but because on some deep, unconscious level, they choose not to. And the real question isn't how to change. It's why we resist it so fiercely. There is a war inside you, and the enemy is invisible. You tell yourself you want to change. You believe you want to change. But something deeper, something older, fights back. It's not laziness. It's not weakness. It's something far more primal, the mind's desperate need for survival. Your brain is not designed for happiness. It's designed for familiarity, for safety, for predictability. And change? Change is a threat. Neuroscience confirms this. The brain prefers known suffering over unknown freedom. It would rather stay in a cage than risk stepping into the wilderness because at least the cage is predictable. At least the cage is safe. But this isn't just biology. It's philosophy. Schopenhauer called it the will to live, the blind, irrational force that keeps us tethered to our suffering simply because suffering is familiar. Dostoevsky saw it in The Underground Man, who clings to his misery like a badge of honor, because to let go would mean facing the terrifying responsibility of freedom. And then there is Carl Jung as shadow, the part of you that sabotages progress because it refuses to acknowledge the truth. You are afraid of who you might become. What if you succeed and it's not enough? What if you change and no one recognizes you anymore? What if you break free and realize you never needed the chains in the first place? These questions are too terrifying to face, so instead, you stay stuck. You don't just resist change. You pay for it in silence. Every day you remain the same. The cost compounds. Not in dramatic collapses, but in slow, invisible erosion, like a cliff crumbling grain by grain until, one day, it gives way entirely. Your relationships stagnate. You settle for conversations that never go deeper, for love that never burns brighter, because authenticity feels too dangerous. You'd rather be lonely in a familiar way than risk the terrifying vulnerability of true connection. Your potential fossilizes. That book you never wrote, that business you never started, that passion you abandoned, they don't disappear, they haunt you, not as regrets, but as ghosts of the person you could have been. Your soul grows weary. The most dangerous consequence isn't failure, it's resignation. The quiet acceptance that this is just how life is. That's when the spark dies. That's when you stop dreaming. But the tragedy doesn't end with you. Society is built on this collective resistance. Why do oppressive systems endure? Why do mindless consumerism, toxic workplaces, and empty routines dominate modern life? Because most people would rather accept the known hell than risk the unknown paradise. The world feeds on your unwillingness to change. How to break free. Freedom begins with a single brutal admission. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a collaborator. The chains are familiar, they are comfortable, and until you stop pretending they're locked, you'll keep holding the key in your hand, wondering why you're still trapped. Step 1. Rewrite your story. Your mind clings to the past because it has turned your pain into identity. I'm just someone who... I could never... These are not truths. They are prison walls built sentence by sentence. Tear them down. Step 2. Invite the unbearable uncertainty. Growth happens in the space between I know who I am and I dare to become more. Stay there. Let it terrify you. Let it exhilarate you. Step 3. Betray your old self. The person you were will fight to survive. Let them. But choose the stranger you are becoming. The ultimate truth. You were never afraid of change. You were afraid of disappointing the version of you that no longer exists. The moment you realize that, truly feel it, the cage vanishes. And you'll wonder why it took you so long to notice there were never any bars. Thank you for your time. Like and share this video.